Channel 2's Terry Mann joins us live now from the scene. Terry.
John, I'm standing on top of the tree that fell, and it's just so big, it's just so massive that I can walk on it in perfect safety. But just look at what it did to this pickup truck. It literally crushed a Chevrolet pickup truck. But really, the family that lives here is rather lucky because some of the branches, which are like small trees themselves, came within inches of hitting their house. James Brown will be laid to rest following a memorial service at 1 o'clock today in Augusta. Members of the media have been pouring in all morning, and fans from all over have been waiting in a long line that stretched 2 city blocks at one point as they wait to see James Brown up close one last time. These pallets are just like the ones that caught fire, thick and heavy and packed tightly with cardboard. Alan, when that tree fell, it not only took out the power lines, but also a big light post, and that light is just laying here in the street. And those workers that cut up the tree, they're gone now. They've moved away, and what you see back here are cable TV workers. Residents say the burglars are using this drainage inlet to carry their stolen goods out into this culvert. The Spalding County Fire Department had their hands full on this one, especially with dangerous chemicals, and they got a lot of help from Clayton County and Butts County. They also got help from Henry County, and even the Forest Park Fire Department got involved.
It was a long, stressful day for last-minute filers. If you made it by the deadline, congratulations. If you missed the deadline, the IRS starts charging interest today. John, it's happened before, and it happened again tonight. A man with a video cell phone captured a violent event outside the 5 Points MARTA station tonight, and we arrived just as the girl was being taken away by ambulance. It is a shocking piece of video. A MARTA police officer slams a 16-year-old girl to the ground and then sprays her with mace. Star Boynton used his cell phone to shoot the video.
I just thought to grab my cell phone and put it on camera because this needed to be seen.
In fact, a crowd of people had seen the violence unfold outside the 5 Points MARTA station and later watched as the injured teen was placed in an ambulance.
On the ground, pepper sprayed out. She had gave up, put her hand behind her back. He then put his knee in her face and his hand in her face and smooshed her face in the ground and drug her.
None of the witnesses knew how the exchange started, but everyone who saw it unfold had something to say.
It was dead wrong because she a female and then he a male. He should have restrained her instead of her slanging her. He was slanging her, pulling her by her, then he maced her.
And none of it was justified, none of it was called for, and it make you feel bad when you see something like that happen because, you know, it happens so much in America nowadays, and you got to, you know, we got to stand up for one another, you know what I'm saying? And when something like that happens, people need to be notified.
Yeah, it's a world you've probably never seen before. Tonight, we take you behind the eye in the sky for an inside peek at casino cheats. Soon, you may not be able to say penny for your thoughts. That's because one lawmaker wants to get rid of the copper coins. Good morning. The time is 8:25. I'm Terry Mann, and we have breaking news this morning. Memphis firefighters are evacuating people after a gas leak.
Employees at the Love Shack store in Johns Creek are busy stocking new products and getting ready for Christmas shoppers. This does not look like a store that is about to get shut down.
We've added 10,000 new non-adult items tonight, and tomorrow morning we have 20,000 non-adult DVDs and magazines coming.
Love Shack owner John Cornetta stood before a federal judge Wednesday after Fulton County attorneys argued the business was operating illegally without proper zoning permits and licenses.
This is a long process. We know how it's ultimately going to end up, and that's in the courts. And this is just one step of that process. Some of them are going to go our way, as people will interpret it, and some of them are going to go his way. But at the end of the day, I think until the Supreme Court ultimately says what they want, if he keeps pursuing this, that's where it will get decided.
Cornetta says he's got the proper permits and licenses and he's staying open.
And anyone from Fulton County that attempts to come here tomorrow at 3 o'clock to lock this place up, I will have their badge number, I will have their personal name and number, and I will name them personally to the lawsuit.
It was a miserable night for many of those stranded passengers left here at Hartsfield International overnight. Hartsfield normally can manage about 180 flights a day under normal conditions.
With more on this continuing to develop story.
Monica, police here in Statesboro held a news conference about 1 hour ago. It was short and to the point. They said they are negotiating with the hostage takers, but they admit they have not made much progress so far. And I'm standing among what's got to be a couple of thousand striking machinists out here at Lockheed Martin on South Cobb Drive. They are here for a rally where state representatives, a city councilman, even religious leaders are scheduled to speak to just rally the troops, really, is why they're here.
Channel 2's Terry Mann has that story.
Bundles and bundles of marijuana wrapped tightly with duct tape sat on display at the Clayton County Sheriff's Office.
We hadn't seen this amount of marijuana in a long time.
In all, drug agents seized 1,000 pounds of pot. The sheriff says undercover drug agents purchased 5 pounds of methamphetamine and arrested 2 men in the process. That bust led investigators to a house in Jonesboro where they found the marijuana.
We believe the house was a stash house. There wasn't a lot of anything else in the house.
Officers with the Clayton County Drug Enforcement Task Force arrested Jesus Perez of Mexico along with 3 other men. The confiscated drugs are worth an estimated $3 million.
It's always great when we see this amount of drugs and take this amount off the street.
This was a joint operation not only involving Clayton County authorities, but also Morrow, Riverdale, Forest Park, and the DEA. The sheriff says more arrests are likely. In Clayton County, I'm Terry Mann, Channel 2 Action News.